All right, so we should be live here. Uh, Running a tiny bit late. Windows decided it needed an update, and I kept putting it off and putting it off, and eventually Windows tells you that you can't put it off anymore. I want to postpone the update, and Windows was like, "No, you've already done that like too many times." So I had to let it do its update, and then my internet was acting silly after the update, but everything looks to be fixed. So we are good to go um, with our action for tonight. We've got 5 matches as per usual. Um, no really big feuds here tonight. There is some story behind some of the matches, but a lot of them are just ranking style matches to sort of um, get the to sort of suss out contenders for things and that sort of thing. So, as a lot of the matches these days were, um, there are some big things upcoming for the National Wrestling Commission in probably towards the end of this game year, maybe in the beginning of the next game year. There will be some big things that are happening that will fundamentally change some stuff, but I've said too much. And so tonight we are going to see the debut of Wild Bull Curry as he takes on somebody he was very familiar with in real life, Irish Danny McShain. These two had battles all over Texas and a few other places. Definitely, they were no strangers to each other, trading the Texas Brass Knuckles title back and forth quite a few times. And sorry, I'm trying to get everything squared away so that when I have to go to enter results and stuff, I don't have to click away and make it take forever. Anyway, so tonight's first match, the debut of Wild Bull Curry as he takes on Dangerous Danny McShain or Irish Danny McShain. Let's get the counter set up. McShain is a 6'3", and Wild Bull Curry is a 5'2". This is not a brass knuckles match, although that may happen in the future between these two. So there we go. We are set up. Let's roll for some initiative here. McShain in the blue corner, Curry in the red corner. And they tie for initiative. That means that they're going to stare each other down. And the offensive level will go up 1. And they tie again. So this time a shoving match as the offensive level goes up 1. And we're starting on level 3 offense here in the very first match. And it's going to be Wild Bull Curry taking control of the match on level 3 offense right off the bat. And Curry with an alligator clutch. This is a choice G maneuver. So let's see what's going to happen here. Choice G is either turnbuckle or a waistlock suplex that's going to work on 7 or lower plus or minus power. And McShain is 0 in both, so basically 7 or lower. I think that's what Curry is going to try, so 7 or lower here. And he does not get it, and McShain takes over on level 2. And McShain with a rolling cradle on Wild Bull Curry. And this is going to hurt Curry. And McShain follows that up with a big drop kick as Curry gets back to his feet. And that is going to hurt Bull Curry as well. And McShain with a figure 4 head scissors on Wild Bull Curry. And Bull Curry is dazed. And here we see Danny McShain lock on the hammer lock. This is a power maneuver. He does have the power over Wild Bull, so that is going to work. But And Bull Curry is down. And so he rides that hammerlock all the way down. And Bull Curry is in trouble as McShain nails the pile driver on Wild Bull Curry. And this is a +1 finisher. So this is going to be a level 3, or he needs 3 or better. Sorry. He's going to need 4 or better to kick out. And he gets it. So we add 1 fatigue, and McShain continues the attack. And McShain with a double foot stomp. This is a choice H. And let's see what happens here. It's going to be a toe hold. Works on 8 or lower. Or an into the ropes chart. Curry has a C for ropes. So I think we're going to throw him into the ropes here. As Danny McShain backs Bull Curry into the ropes. And that is an 11. A C11. That is not a good roll for Bull Curry. Into the ropes here. C11. Oh, I guess I was incorrect. They're going to both tumble out of the ring. You roll on the out of the ring chart, and Bull Curry is an A for out of the ring. So let's see what he rolls. An A8 out of the ring. They both get back in the ring, and nothing exciting happens here. And now, dangerous Danny McShain going to take over on level 2 offense here. And McShain with a kick to the midsection. This is a choice C maneuver. Lots of choices here. And a choice C, this is going to be a duck under takedown or a front chancery. 7 or lower for the duck under takedown, which is a level 3 move. And he does not get it, so Curry takes control. And Wild Bull Curry stomping on McShane's head. And McShain is hurt as Curry continues the attack. Here we got Wild Bull Curry with a rope burn on Danny McShain. And McShain is down. So dragging his eyes across the ropes and taking McShain to the mat. And Wild Bull Curry gonna throw Danny McShain out of the ring. This is not the smartest maneuver. And this is going to be a 10A out of the ring. As you back into the ropes, the opponent shoves you out of the ring. The referee is upset with such a flagrant rules violation. Opponent rolls DQ. If there is no DQ, you regain your balance, crawl back into the ring, and the opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So, Curry rolling his DQ, which is 6. And with a roll of 9 or 8, he is not disqualified. And Curry is on level 3 offense here. And Bull Curry, once again, going to toss Danny McShain out of the ring. And McShain with a 3A this time. As the opponent barrels you into the ropes, you both fall from the ring. You shift your weight and land on top of the opponent. Your opponent is stunned. Opponent rolls count out. If there is no count out, you and the opponent roll back into the ring and you roll on level 3 offense. So Curry rolling his count out here. He needs 4 or better. And he gets it. And now dangerous Danny McShain rolling on level 3 offense. And McShain gonna toss Curry out of the ring. And you know what? I printed Dave Little's fantastic out of the ring again chart here that I helped him lay out for Galacticon. I finally went and got my copy printed. So I'm going to go ahead and roll on this instead. Since they just went out of the ring. We're going to figure something out if it rolls the tables, since this is the 1930s and they weren't using tables a whole lot. So, here we go. So, out of the ring again. And Bull Curry rolls a 10. So, that is roll on the ringside mayhem chart. So, let's roll for ringside mayhem. This is a roll of 7, and a roll of 7 is a foreign object. Roll a gut check, And the gut check is a D12 roll. I don't have a D12, so I'm just going to roll 2 dice. I do have a D12, but I'd have to fish it out. So roll 12 dice, or roll a D12. It's a D12 minus the cage rating plus their fatigue. So Curry has 2 fatigue and a cage rating of 1. And we're going to roll 2 dice. So he rolls an 8, and it's going to be 8 minus 3, so that's a 5. Now McShain, cage rating of 4, and no fatigue. And he rolls a 7, so that's a 3. So Bull Curry is going to get the foreign object and is going to blast the opponent with it. So he's going to take a chair and just club Danny McShain with that chair. He's got to roll DQ now. His DQ is 6. And he is disqualified. So Wild Bull Curry blasts Danny McShain with a chair and gets himself disqualified in his debut, as Danny McShain picks up a painful victory over Wild Bull Curry. Let's get this entered into the into my Obsidian here. We've got Curry. Nope. McShain defeated Curry when Curry, or via DQ. Curry hit McShain with a chair. Fatigue info. Curry had 2, and McShain had 0. That is going to be a 1-star match. To open up our card. And lots of people here. So we've got Jay Irish, Derek Bauman, Michael Brada, Mark Ferguson, and Neil Lau in the chat. Welcome to all of you. Just did our first match for those of you who are showing up a little later. It sounds like the appropriate character establishing moment for Bull Curry. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that there would be some shenanigans going on in that match. I do, there with Dick Raines and Danny McShain and Bull Curry and Buddy O'Brien, and there's another sort of hardcore wrestler who debuts this year. Let me check and see who it is. I guess it was Bull Curry. But yeah, with those guys plus the Do 6, I kind of wanted to introduce more, maybe a Brass Knucks title or something along those lines. And so I was kind of glad that ended. Yeah, Rod Fenton as well. That's a good call. I didn't even think about him. As most people probably do not think of Rod Fenton for any reason. But yeah, he would be a great person to have in that division as well. So yeah, I was kind of hoping for some kind of screw job ending so that I could maybe establish a Brass Knucks match, and that will lead to maybe a Brass Knucks title in the future. And our next match is going to pit Ray Steele against Wild Bill Longson. And I guess I'm going to start doing this because it feels like something that I should have been doing already. But in the red corner, standing 6 feet tall, weighing in at 210 pounds, hailing from Valley County, Idaho, here is Ray Steele. And his opponent, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 240 pounds, hailing from Salt Lake City, Utah, I already did the weighing in it, Wild Bill Longson. And Steele and Longson, this is just kind of a rating match. Nothing major going on here. Let's get everything set up. Longson is a 5'2", Steele is a 5'2". Both of these guys are excellent wrestlers. Let's roll for some initiative and get this match underway. And it looks like Ray Steele is going to take it off the lockup. And Ray Steele with a big body slam. This is a power maneuver. And Steele does not have the power over Wild Bill Longson. So Longson takes over on level 2. And Longson going to whip Steele into the turnbuckle. Or back Steele into the turnbuckle. Steele is a B turnbuckle rating. So it's got a B9 here. Into the turnbuckle. B9. Your opponent backs out of the corner and you rush towards them. They use your momentum to deliver an overhead suplex and throw you across the ring. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So that's going to put Bill Longson on level 3 after that big overhead suplex. And Longson applies a toe hold on the downed Ray Steele. And Steele is hurt, as Longson forced to relinquish the hold as Steele gets to the ropes. And now Longson grabs Steele as he gets up and just rakes his eyes right on that top rope. And that is going to leave Ray Steele down, as Wild Bill Longson is on level 3 offense here. And Longson grabs him with that pile driver, that move that he has created that has put away so many people in the past. And Ray Steele, this is a level 3 finisher. So 1, 2, 3. Steele is going to need 6 or better to kick out. And Steele does not get it. So just like that, with the pile driver, your winner, Wild Bill Longson. And that was a real short one. So let's enter that into Obsidian. And Longson defeated Steele via pile driver. And fatigue info. And did I add one already? It looks like I did. So Steele has 1, Longson has 0, and that is going to be a dud of a match. Fortunately, did not live up to the expectations. Nah, that was a dud, Neil. 1 star. I just didn't go long enough for that. You could rate it a half a star if there was more back and forth, but still a quick finish or something. But really, that was one-sided and all Bill Longson. This next match is going to see Thesz take on Farmer Burns. Farmer Burns is winding down his career. He is the only wrestler who is thinking about retiring at this point. And Thesz is sort of on a downward slump since he debuted strong, won about 3 or 4 matches, and then has lost the last 4 straight matches. So Thesz on a pretty hefty losing streak here, and he's looking to break that with the sort of end of the line Farmer Burns. So let's read the stats here. In the blue corner, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing in at 238 pounds, from St. Louis, Missouri, Thesz. And his opponent, standing 5'9.5", weighing in at 165 pounds, from Springfield Township, Iowa, here is Farmer Martin Burns. And let's see if Thesz can turn his luck around against the aging Farmer Burns. Both guys are 5'2", just like the last match. Let's hope that they have a better match than Ray Steele and Wild Bill Longson did. Let's roll for initiative here. And it looks like Thesz going to get the better of the lockup and start us off. And Thesz with a rolling short arm scissors. This is an agility move. And Thesz does have the agility. And that is going to hurt Farmer Burns. As Thesz off to a good start here. And now Thesz with a hammerlock. That's a choice C maneuver. So he applies that hammerlock. Where does he go from here? Duck under takedown or a front chancery. The front chancery is going to work on rolls of 7 or better, so I think that's what we're going to do, because the other one is 5 or better. And he should have done the other one, but he didn't. So we got Farmer Burns rolling on level 2 offense, or level 2 defense here. And that's going to daze him. So that front chancery takedown dazes Farmer Burns. And now Thesz with a takedown into head scissors. This is an agility move as well, and we've already established that Thesz has the agility advantage. And so that is going to be countered by Farmer Burns. Burns counters that takedown to head scissors, and Burns on level 1 offense here. And Farmer Burns initiates another collar and elbow tie-up on Thesz. And Thesz gets the better of the count of the tie-up. And Thesz is going to attack with a rolling short arm scissors on Farmer Burns. That's going to hurt Farmer Burns as Thesz continues the attack. Thesz nails Farmer Burns with some drop kicks as he's getting back up. And Farmer Burns is down. As Thesz in a good position now. And Thesz grabs Farmer Burns and picks him up. Nails him with the released power bomb. This is a choice D maneuver, so where does he go after the released power bomb? He can nail him with a hip lock or a crotch lift and slam. And I think that crotch lift and slam is going to be the way to go. That's going to work on 9 or better. And with a roll of 8, it works. So Farmer Burns on level 3 defense here. And Burns is hurt by that lift up and slam after that released power bomb. Thesz really dishing it out here. And now Thesz with a punch to the ribs. And that's going to daze Farmer Burns. And Thesz once again applying the rolling short arm scissors. Those have been his go-to all match. And this time it's going to leave Farmer Burns down as Thesz wrenches those arm scissors. And Farmer Martin Burns able to get out of the arm scissors, but Thesz able to hit Farmer Burns with the Thesz press. This is a +2 finisher. So Farmer Burns needs a 5 or better to kick out. And he does not get it. So once again, in a very short match, Thesz has ended his losing streak by defeating Farmer Martin Burns with the Thesz press. That was a little less than a dud. See, Neil, that's a 1-star match. It's a little more competitive than the previous one, but still not a very competitive match. Thesz defeated Burns via Thesz press. Fatigue info. Thesz had 0, and why my 0 key keeps adding a period. I think I need to clean out my keyboard. And Burns had 1. That's going to be a 1-star matchup. All right, so on to our 4th match of the evening, which is going to see Gorgeous George take on Japanese superstar Matsuda Sorakichi. Gorgeous George and Matsuda Sorakichi both kind of floating around in the middle of the pack for the junior heavyweight title. But honestly, no one is going to beat William Muldoon. That dude is going to retire with the title at this point. So, but yeah, this is Sorakichi versus Gorgeous George. Headed to the ring, Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighing in at 175 pounds. From Tokyo, Japan, and standing in the red corner, Matsuda Sorakichi. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, led to the ring by Cherie Dupree, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing in at 220 pounds. From Hollywood, California, the Humid Orchid, Gorgeous George. And these two are going to go at it. Sorakichi also sort of towards the end of his career here. George is a 6'3", Sorakichi's a 7'4". Do you roll on the feud table? So no, not yet. We're still in the early 30s. Like the feud table is sort of geared more towards like TV era wrestling. So I probably won't start using it until television comes into play in the 50s or the late 40s. I know that kind of makes for things to be a little boring on the feud aspect of things or whatever. But you know, it is what it is. I just don't feel like it fits the 30s at this point. And I haven't bothered to come up with my own, so. Anyway, so Gorgeous George, Matsuda Sorakichi. I am rolling for initiative. George in the blue corner, Sorakichi in the red. And it is Gorgeous George who gets the, let's distractor rating here, because he's got Cherie Dupree. And Gorgeous George starts us off with a body slam. This is a power maneuver, and Sorakichi has the power. So Sorakichi not going to go up for Gorgeous George, and he is going to take control with a hammerlock, and that's going to hurt Gorgeous George. And now Sorakichi with a palm thrust on Gorgeous George. And George eats the palm of Sorakichi's hand and is hurt. And Matsuda Sorakichi going to back Gorgeous George into the ropes. George has an A ropes rating and an A10. So not a great roll. You and your opponent break clean. As the opponent backs up, you step towards the opponent, and he grabs you with a quick fireman's carry. Opponent rolls on level 2 offense. So Sorakichi with a fireman's carry on Gorgeous George, and he's rolling on level 2. Not that that matters, but for the sake of being a jerk, I gotta put him in the right spot. So anyway, once again with the palm thrust by Matsuda Sorakichi. And this one doesn't connect quite as well as the last one, and this leaves Gorgeous George dazed. And Matsuda follows that up with a waistlock body press on Gorgeous George. And George is hurt. Matsuda Sorakichi on the attack here. And Matsuda Sorakichi gonna back George into the ropes one more time. And George has an A ropes rating and an A6. The opponent backs into the ropes, and you both break clean. To the applause of the crowd. Roll again for initiative. Highest roll takes over on level 2. So here we go. We're rolling for initiative. And it looks like Gorgeous George is going to take over on level 2 here after the clean break. That was a 3. I bumped it with my fingers there. And Gorgeous George with a snap mare. And that's going to daze Matsuda Sorakichi. And Gorgeous George once again attempts that body slam. And once again, Matsuda Sorakichi not going up. George just not strong enough to get Matsuda Sorakichi up in the air for that body slam. And Sorakichi with a neck lock roll on Gorgeous George. And George is rolling his pin as that neck lock roll has caught him in the center of the ring. And there's no easy way to escape. George needs a 4 or better to kick out, and he gets it. And now Matsuda Sorakichi continues the attack on level 3. And Matsuda Sorakichi with a big hip roll on Gorgeous George. And George is hurt. And now Matsuda Sorakichi grabs a hammerlock on Gorgeous George. The human orchid is hurting, but he is able to get back to his feet and get out of it. Slightly worse for the wear as he is dazed, and Sorakichi continues the attack. Sorakichi with a leg and shoulder throw. This is an agility move, and they are equal in agility, so that is going to work. As Gorgeous George, let's see what happens here. George rolled a 2. That is going to be hurt. And Sorakichi hurts Gorgeous George with the leg and shoulder throw. And now, Sorakichi once again going to back George into the ropes. And this is an A5. Gorgeous George keeps climbing the chart as he rolls each time. You and the opponent are clinched near the ropes. You sidestep the opponent and use a quick rabbit punch, depending on your wrestling style. Rabbit punch. Roll on level 2 offense. So Gorgeous George nails Sorakichi with the rabbit punch and takes control on level 2. And Gorgeous George, let's see, he's going to push Sorakichi into the ropes this time. Sorakichi has a B ropes rating and a B2. You are back towards the ropes, but as the opponent steps towards you, you grab him in a dynamic upper body throw. You move into a quick cover. Opponent rolls pin. Let's see, 5. I'm going to roll Distractor for Cherie Dupree. She needs 6 or better. And she does not get it. So, he is going to roll his pin. He needs 5 or better to kick out, and that's fine. And we've wasted a Distractor. And here we go. Matsuda Sorakichi rolling on level 3 here. And Sorakichi with the Billy Goat's Rush. This is a level 0 finisher. So he is going to need 6 or better to kick out. I am going to roll Cherie Dupree's last Distractor. She needs 6 or better. She rolls an 8 again. She can't get it, so George is rolling his pin again. He needs 6 or better. He rolls a 10. He's good. But now Cherie Dupree can't distract anymore. The referee isn't having any of it, telling her to sit down and shut up. And now Sorakichi rolling on level 3. He nails Gorgeous George with a short headbutt. And that's going to put... No! George moves out of the way. I was looking on the wrong level of defense there. And George moves out of the way of that headbutt and takes control on level 1. And Gorgeous George with a fingernail rake on the back of Matsuda Sorakichi. And Sorakichi is down. Those fingernails really must have dug in as Sorakichi just collapses to the mat in pain. And Gorgeous George. George with a rolling... nope. Wrong person. George with a spinning toe hold. That's even better. This is a +1 finisher. So now Matsuda Sorakichi needs 6 or better to kick out. And he gets it, just barely able to get his other foot across the ropes behind Gorgeous George and force George to break the spinning toe hold. Matsuda Sorakichi is in trouble here as Gorgeous George continues his attack. And now George going to throw Sorakichi out of the ring. He's got a B ring rating and a B3. That's not a bad throw there. B3. As the opponent barrels you into the ropes, you both fall from the ring. You shift your weight and land on top of the opponent. Your opponent is stunned. Opponent rolls countout. If there's no countout, you roll on level 3 offense. So Gorgeous George rolling his countout here. He needs 7 or better to get back in the ring. And with a roll of 3, Gorgeous George is counted out. And the winner is Matsuda Sorakichi. Gorgeous George and Cherie Dupree are very upset, protesting the referee on a fast count. Hopefully, we will see a rematch of these two with a more definitive victor, as George seemed to be doing pretty well and eating up the best that Sorakichi could dish out. So this was a bit of a disappointing victory here. Sorakichi defeated George via countout. Definitely not the way you want matches to end. Fatigue info. And Sorakichi had won. And George, he is normally a 6'3", so 1, 2, 3. And I believe that would be the other one for the countout roll that just took place. So he's got 4. So that is a 2.5 star match. Not too shabby. I'm actually going to knock it down to 2 stars because of the countout finish. But otherwise, that has been the best match of the night at 2 stars. And our main event coming up here. Let's set the counters. We've got 5-2 and we've got 4-1. Here we go. On his way to the ring, standing 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighing in at 235 pounds. From Krakow, Poland, here is Wladek Zbyszko. And his opponent, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 202 pounds. From Kotsipity, Argos, Greece, he is the reigning, defending European heavyweight champion, Jim Londos. And Londos is going to be in the red corner. Wladek Zbyszko in the blue. And let's go ahead and roll for some initiative here. And it looks like Wladek Zbyszko is going to get the better off the lockup. And Wladek Zbyszko with a waist lock and finger twist. Or, nope, wrist lock and finger twist. Helps if I can read. And Jim Londos is going to have none of that. And Londos counters on level 2. And now Londos grabs Wladek's arm, takes him down with a grinding armbar. This is going to leave Wladek Zbyszko hurt as he's able to get to the ropes and force a break. And Londos going to back Zbyszko into the ropes. Zbyszko's got a B ropes rating, and that's going to be a B7. This is an initiative roll. So we're going to go ahead and roll for initiative. Winner starts on level 2. And it's going to be Londos. And Londos, once again, going to back Wladek Zbyszko into the ropes. And Zbyszko with a B9 this time. And Londos with a big fireman's carry on Wladek Zbyszko. Zbyszko is hurt. And Jim Londos grabs him with a reverse toe hold. And no, Wladek Zbyszko able to push him off and take control of the match. Wladek Zbyszko rolling on level 2. And Wladek Zbyszko, now he's going to back Jim Londos into the ropes. And Londos has an A ropes rating, A6. This is an initiative roll. So we're going to go ahead and roll it. And it looks like it is Wladek Zbyszko who takes control. And Wladek Zbyszko, now he's going to back him into the turnbuckle, where he has a B rating, and that's going to be a B7 into the turnbuckle. The referee orders a clean break. The opponent backs off and you step out of the corner. The opponent steps to the side and grabs an outside single leg takedown. And Wladek Zbyszko, with that outside single leg, is in control of this fight. And Wladek Zbyszko gonna back Londos into the ropes again. And Londos with an A5. You and your opponent are clinched near the ropes. You sidestep the opponent and use a quick leg sweep. Roll on level 2 offense. So Londos with the big leg sweep there, taking control of the match. And now Londos with a crotch lift and slam. This is a 3-add-1. So we'll add the 1. And Zbyszko is hurt. And Londos grabs that reverse toe hold again. And this one actually has Zbyszko squirming. And he manages to get to the ropes, and he is hurt. And Jim Londos now with a cross-arm thrust. This is a choice C maneuver. So he nails the cross-arm thrust. Where does it go from here? Duck under takedown. That is going to work on rolls of 6 or less. And that's what we're going to do. So 6 or less here. And he gets it. So now we've got Wladek Zbyszko rolling on level 3. And Wladek rolls a hurt. So Londos with some rabbit punches on Wladek Zbyszko. And this is going to daze Wladek. As Londos comes in with a snap mare. And Zbyszko rolls through. And he's back to his feet before Londos is. And with a wrist lock and finger twist on Jim Londos, that's going to daze Londos. And here we go. Now we've got an elbow strike, and this is a power maneuver, and Wladek Zbyszko definitely has the power here. So that is going to work. And that is going to hurt Jim Londos. And now Wladek Zbyszko with a double hammerlock on Jim Londos. And Londos is hurt. And Zbyszko moves in to do more damage. And here we've got Wladek Zbyszko with a reverse body hold on Jim Londos. And Londos once again hurt. And Wladek Zbyszko going back to that double hammerlock. And this is going to trigger a pin. Or a submission in this case. He can't be submitted. This roll is just ceremonial. And Londos takes a fatigue. And Wladek Zbyszko rolling on level 3. And Zbyszko with the scissors and body hold. And this is going to trigger a submission as well. With the scissors and body hold here. And 3 or better will end this match. Or, I mean, we'll kick out. Snake Eyes would have ended the match. Oof. Long day, apparently. Alright. Wladek Zbyszko on the attack still. And Zbyszko with a body hold in head chancery. And this is a choice F maneuver. So he grabs him in that body hold and head chancery there. And we've got, let's see, choice F. And that is either going to be a single leg or a bear hug. And it's going to be the bear hug and trip. And this is going to work on 7 or better. Or 7 or less. And it does not work, so Jim Londos takes control. And that is a 9. Or what am I doing? That's not a 9. This is a... Londos is in control on level 2. And that is going to back him into the ropes. So Zbyszko has a B ropes rating. And that's going to be a B7. JT joining us now for the main event of the evening. And this is an into the ropes. This is a B7. And that's the initiative. So they're both rolling for initiative here after a clean break. And Jim Londos gets the initiative roll here. And Londos with a crotch lift and slam. This is an add 1 as well. And this is going to leave Wladek down. Wladek has the choice to leave the ring. He is going to take it, so we're going to roll on the out of the ring chart. He has an A for ring. It's going to be an A8 out of the ring. He leaves the ring, and Londos backs up to the center and allows him to enter the ring easily and peacefully, and Londos takes control on level 2 offense. Londos with a reverse toe hold on Wladek Zbyszko, and Zbyszko able to counter the toe hold by kicking Londos off. Londos in trouble here as Wladek takes over on level 2, and Wladek Zbyszko grabs a double hammerlock on Jim Londos. And Londos is hurt. And Wladek, where does he go from here? And he's got a flying mare on Jim Londos. But no, Londos rolls through, showing that he can also roll through the mares. And he is up and in control of this fight on level 2. And now Londos with some rabbit punches. And that is not going to work. Wladek Zbyszko able to deftly block those punches, takes control on level 1. And now Wladek Zbyszko with an eye gouge on Jim Londos. And Londos is dazed. And Wladek Zbyszko with a headbutt. This is a choice E. So Wladek Zbyszko nails Jim Londos with a headbutt. And then going to attempt a forearm uppercut. This will work on rolls of 9 or less. And no, with a roll of 11, Londos takes control of the match again. Londos, once again, with that crotch lift and slam. 3 add 1. And this is actually going to be a pinning attempt here, as Londos goes for the cover after that crotch lift and slam. And now, he is got to roll 6 or better to kick out, and he does. So Londos on the attack. And Londos with a fireman's carry slam. This is another add 1. And that's going to lead to a pin again. And I'm going to drop the dice like a jerk, which happens in every single stream. So now, 8 or better to kick out after that fireman's carry slam. And with a roll of 11, he gets it. And Londos on the attack again. And Jim Londos not going to throw Wladek Zbyszko out of the ring, going to roll up. And Londos going to back Wladek into the ropes. This is a B ropes rating. And it's going to be a B8. And B8 into the ropes. And Londos with a quick fireman's carry on Wladek Zbyszko as they break from the ropes. And Londos is on the attack on level 2. And now with a cross-arm thrust. And this is a choice C, so he blasts him with a cross-arm thrust, setting him up for either a duck under takedown or a front chancery. And it's going to be the duck under takedown that is going to work on 6 or less. And that is not going to work. So Zbyszko takes over on level 2. And now Zbyszko going to back Londos into the ropes. Londos has an A ropes rating. And that is an A6. And that is an initiative roll. And that is Londos taking control on the initiative roll. Oop, that was a 6. And here we go. Londos with a reverse toe hold. And that is going to hurt Wladek Zbyszko. And Londos now, another cross-arm thrust. And he is going to continue with the, what did we say it was that was the better option there? The duck under takedown. And the duck under takedown is going to work on 6 or less. And that one finally works. And Wladek rolling on level 3 defense here. And with a roll of 5, Wladek is hurt. And Jim Londos continues the attack. And Londos, another cross-arm thrust. Another duck under takedown. And that one fails. Wladek saw that one coming. Excuse me. And now Wladek Zbyszko with a reverse body hold. And this is going to pin Jim Londos. And Londos needs a 4 or better to kick out. And he gets it. And Wladek Zbyszko. And Wladek with an armbar on Jim Londos. And this is a level 0 finisher. So he needs 5 or better to keep himself from submitting. And he gets it. And Zbyszko continues the assault. And now with a body roll and pin. And this isn't going to pin him, but it is going to leave Londos down. And once again, a body roll and pin. And this is not going to pin him either, as Londos able to kick out and get up. He is hurt, though, as Wladek Zbyszko continues his attack. Zbyszko with a reverse body hold once again. And this is going to hurt Jim Londos. And here we see Zbyszko attempt a flying mare on Jim Londos. But Londos able to roll through once again, countering it on level 2. And Londos with some rabbit punches on Wladek, but Wladek able to block him. Wladek with a headbutt. This is a choice E maneuver. So he blasts Londos with a headbutt. And then he is going to attempt a forearm uppercut. And this is going to be 9 or better. And with a roll of 3, that is successful. So Jim Londos rolling on level 2 defense here. And Londos is dazed by the headbutt, followed by the forearm uppercut from Wladek Zbyszko. And Wladek once again going back to the headbutt. And he needs 9 or better to hit that forearm uppercut. And he gets it again. Londos rolling on level 2. Londos gets out of the way of the forearm uppercut. The headbutt didn't daze him enough for him to connect with the follow-up. And Londos on level 2 grabs him for that crotch lift and slam. That is a 3-add-1. And this is going to leave Wladek Zbyszko down. And Zbyszko not in a good place. And that does it. He's got him up. He grabs him up with the airplane spin. This is a +2 finisher. So he is going to need to roll double 6s to kick out. That is the only way that Zbyszko will continue this fight. And he does not get it. And your winner, and still European heavyweight champion, Jim Londos. And that is all for us for the evening. All 5 matches are completed. We started out with some stinkers, but that one was a pretty good one. Our main event definitely made up for it. I will probably stream again tomorrow. My wife is working, so why not? Probably be about the same time, about 5:30 my time, which is what, about 3:30, or no, about 4:30 on the West Coast and about 7:30 on the East Coast, and if you're in the middle, that's 6:30. So around those times, if you care to join me for more action, I probably will do some bootleg brawls tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to do more National Wrestling Commission stuff. I have to set up matches and all of that stuff, which takes a little bit of time. With the bootleg stuff, you just kind of do it. So, but yeah, and I will show off another card from my arena set if you are unfamiliar with that. You can check it out on the official Filsinger Games forum. There is a section called It's Up to You Promoter, and then if you go into the Legends of Wrestling section or subsection of the It's Up to You Promoter section, there is a thread called Carlzilla's Arena Card Set, which has all of the information. It's an 8-card set. some famous arenas from the East Coast and the Midwest areas. Um, and they all have charts that kind of throw wrenches into your booking, or how the card is run. So it just kind of a fun way to mix things up a little bit, kind of get you out of your comfort zone maybe a little bit, or throw something new into the mix. So yeah, I'll show off. I think I did Madison Square Garden last week. Maybe I'll do like Maple Leaf Garden or something this week. So yeah, Derek, I got it. There have already been. I think I've sold 12 sets already. If you're interested, they're $25, 8 cards. They're on heavy cardstock. They look and feel just like the real Filsinger Games cards. Um, they're a little more expensive than the Filsinger Games cards because I'm doing they're a small print run, and I refuse to ship in paper envelopes because, like if you've watched Grant's unboxing, unfortunately, sometimes if you don't ship in like sort of the photo mailers and stuff, uh, things happen and your cards get bent or banged up or just generally mangled by the USPS, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm only shipping in sort of the heavier cardboard mailers, which makes it cost more too. So yeah, $25, 8 cards, lots of cool stuff. And that's going to do it for me for today. If you want to join us, I will be back at 5:30 Mountain Time. You can do the conversion there tomorrow for some bootleg brawls. Thank y'all and have a good night.